Firstly, let's talk a little bit about the Hellraiser. Okay, so based online, looking at different forums, websites and things like this, the Hellraiser is regarded as one of the ultimate offshore fishing boats in the UK. Other than the offshore 25 that's on the market already, this is a pinnacle offshore fishing weapon. Okay, so mainly with inboard application with a few retrofitted to outboard. I've come to learn that O'Sullivan's weren't the first company to do this, that there were another company before them that was doing it, and they were installing outboards on them as well. Okay, so it's taken 2 years to get to this point now, after 3 flights, a trip to Ireland, you know, a few meetings, discussions about if they're for sale, what we can do, all the rest of it. Quite clearly we bought it, and we've brought it back to the UK now, and we've started building the first one. Now Simon and Steve have come along, they've seen some of our previous builds and what we're going to do, and now they are having a custom Hellraiser built to their specification in-house down here in Portsmouth. So they've got quite a lot of optional extras that they can have, and really anyone who's coming to us, they can tailor the boat to their specific needs within reason. Now there's no good trying to reinvent the wheel here, it's more add-ons. If you're looking for a live bait tank, depending on your electronics manufacturer you want to go with, inboard, outboard applications, seating, you know, a few little bells and whistles, and otherwise the boat will all be relatively the same. Now everything we do is built to MCA regulation anyway, in the sense of hull layups, thicknesses, the way things are constructed, and you know, we work alongside with surveyors anyway to make sure that that's all correct and that they're happy, because eventually once we get a few recreational ones out of the way, we want to start offering these as sea fish builds, so that you can go out there, and what has mainly blown up in the UK, especially over the past few years, is bass modern line. Now if you can have one of these with a nice size outboard on it, you'll have no issues going out there catching the bass. Paul and I have come in today, we've opened up, we're getting the forklift ready, we're assessing the situation and what we've really got ourselves in for today. So we're pulling out the roof mould, we're pulling out the interior moulds, we're moving the deck around, we're getting the strong back out, we're basically getting all the other components ready to build this boat. So after we got it shipped over from Ireland, turned up on a low loader lorry, they've all gone over the other side, opposite the workshop with the other moulds that we've got there. So a bit of jerry rigging, tying up, moving things around, getting stuff so that it's workable in the sense of you know, getting them out and set up so that we can build it, is what we've been doing pretty much all day. Now there are a few that I can't show you in reality because let's just say it may not have been the safest way that we done that or got it out, so it was some lifting up. We actually had to flip some of them over using the forklift because they were upside down the way we needed them, and just working through it all. So it pretty much took us all day to get everything ready and set up to move forward to the next stages. this is the mould for the strong back for the Hellraiser. It consists of all the major components that you'd expect to see in a traditional boat, such as longitudinals, bulkheads and compartments. Now, why we have a mould component? It increases efficiency, it increases production speed and the cosmetic factor as well, and makes everything easier to build, install and retrofit. So as you can see, we've got the main longitudinals that run through, we've got the bulkheads that will run through. Currently this is all upside down and inside out, so it always makes it a bit more difficult to understand. So following from the front here, we've got the anchor locker, we've got a storage locker underneath the helm, we've got a fuel tank compartment, and then we've got an engine well at the rear. So the engine well can be used to install transducers or additional storage at the back of the deck, or if you're installing an inboard, then obviously this is where the engine beds will go. Then you've got a sump for your bilge pump and things like this. So this now makes the hull a three-piece construction in the sense of we'll have the hull, the top sides and the strong back, and that will give us all the major free components we'll need to build this boat and fit it out. So why these troughs are quite wide at the tops, or in this case the bottoms because it's upside down, is to give a greater bonding area on the floor of the deck, and overall this will make our lives a lot more easier, that it's consistency as well running through, that every boat we build will be exactly the same. This is like an ice cube tray, or an ice cube fitting into the tray should I say, because it fly in the exact spot it needs to, as opposed to having to level up a hull, make sure the moulds will level, that you're not getting any twist in the hull, and fit each individual bulkhead and longitudinal in, which can be a lengthy and time consuming process.